Shabbat Shalom, Zion, and I pray that you all are having a blessed Shabbat. I know I am, in the grace of the Most High Yah. So I want to give all praises to the great I am. So I just want to do a little short talk. This is going to be a really short one because I got something on my mind the Most High has put on. So I want to talk about Luke 21:24, where it talks about the last part, where it says that Jerusalem shall be trodden underfoot until the time of the Gentiles are fulfilled. So Zion, something that's really been on my mind and been worrying me about this whole walk, this whole awakening, because a lot of our people are becoming impatient and becoming weary. But Zion, I can't stress enough that we need to be extremely patient, and we must do the work of the first fruits. In other words, we must be doing everything that we can, working out our salvation with fear and trembling, and getting ourselves in order, learning these laws, commandments, and statutes. And so when it says in Luke 21:24 that until the times of the Gentiles are fulfilled, that means that there's a lot of things that has to be fulfilled. It's not going to happen overnight, Zion. And I'm just going to be straight up with you. You know, we're going to be here until the Most High comes back and delivers his people. Now, how many years that is in the future, I cannot tell you. No one knows. But I do know one thing. We're seeing a lot of things happen before our eyes. And even if it's another 20 years, 15 years, whatever, even in that 20 years, it's not a lot of time. That's short, Zion. So technically, we are living in the last days. And so these things have to be fulfilled. The time of the Gentiles have to be fulfilled. But there's a big issue that we're having a problem with right now. Our people are too in love with the heathens. They're clinging to the heathens too much. And many of the camps are not helping because, you know, they're teaching that these Hispanics, Latinos, Native Americans are Israelites. When they know they're not, they know that chart was a big old lie, because when you read Isaiah 11:11, there are no places from Africa. Africa is completely left out. And that chart came out of a dream. But, you know, people would rather believe a lie than the truth. But the point I'm making, Zion, is that our people love the heathens. We are so stuck on the heathens until we make some improvements on that by separating. Now, let me break it down. What do I mean by separating? Now, I'm not talking about if you live in a neighborhood and there's heathens around you to move out. That's not what I'm talking about. When the Most High says separate from the heathens, he's talking about stop following their ways. Proverbs 3:31 says, envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. So we separate from the heathens by not choosing none of their ways, stop dressing like them, stop loving money like them, stop following their ways. It's like we follow and then we look to the heathens to confirm everything for us. So by separating, we must detach ourselves mentally and spiritually from this hold of the heathens. That's the only way, Zion. And it's like our people are going backwards and backwards. Now, y'all seen this incident with this Popeye's chicken. Our people are going crazy. And when I see that, it's so embarrassing to see something like that. I mean, it's just so embarrassing. And when I see stuff like that, it just makes me wonder what is going on with our people. And it's stuff like that that makes you think that we're going to be here for a long time. It's like our people keep going backwards and backwards and backwards. And I know some of y'all are going to say, oh, that's the 2/3, that's the 2/3. What, Zion, the 2/3 have already been destroyed already. That's been proven in Ezekiel chapter 5. But what's happening right now is the 1/3 is being purified. And those impurities are the ones who are being destroyed. That's those wicked brothers and sisters that don't want to do right. They are being purified. And that purification and that purification is the stuff that's going to melt away the wickedness. It's going to melt away all the wicked dross. So these wicked brothers and sisters, they are that result of that wicked dross being burned away. So the end result is going to be that the Most High is going to have a purified people. He's going to have a purified people in the very end. So getting back to separating from the heathens, we must not choose none of their ways. And you look at the media industry and you look how heavily we are tied with the heathens. It's like we cannot get away from them. We refuse to get away from them. And we have to come to a decision, and we're going to have to make a profound decision to literally stop thinking like them, stop dressing like them, stop eating like them, stop chasing after money like them, because money is their God. And for a lot of our people, money is becoming their God as well. So we're constantly following the ways of the heathens, and you wonder why our people keep getting shot down in the streets. You wonder why our people keep getting discriminated against. You wonder why our people are fighting amongst one another, and it's like we're not going anywhere. So, all I'm saying is that we got to look at the big picture, Zion. It's going to take a lot of work, and we don't like to think in those terms. It's going to take a lot of work because we got a lot of work to be done. So that means as the years go by, the Most High is going to continue to prune. He's going to continue to prune. He's going to continue to take us through the fire. We're going to continue to see all kind of manner of stuff happen to our people. But don't let that discourage you, Zion. You must, and I say you must, continue to have faith in the Most High and seek out his wisdom. And, we can make videos after videos and videos. You can watch all the videos you want. That's not going to help you with your salvation. Only you can do that by getting close to the Most High and seeking out his word. That's what we're going to have to do. It don't matter how many videos you watch and what you think, what doctrines, because there's a lot of crazy doctrines out there. So, but everybody has a choice what they put before them. So that verse has been on my mind all morning because, I realized that we're living in a time where it's just so vital for us to be separate from this world and to be separate from these heathens. And I understand we got to pay bills, we got to feed our kids, we got to feed our families. I'm not saying quit your job and all that kind of stuff because there's heathens working with you. So we got to survive. We don't have to participate in what they do. We don't have to be a part of everything they do. We stay separate from all that because we are a set apart people. But we're not living like a set apart people. We're living just like the world. We're doing everything that the heathens are doing. And you wonder why there's so many thousands of our people in these Christian black churches. And it seems like it's getting worse. It's getting worse. It seems like every year when these pagan holidays come around, it gets worse and worse. And guess who spends the most money? Our people. Our people, it's like our people try to outdo the heathens in spending. But yet we make the less amount of money, but we spend the most amount of money. Now, how do you make any sense out of that? That is crazy. So that tells you the power that we have within us. If we were to use it wisely and we were to really separate from the heathens, do you know the destruction? Do you know the destructive force that will come upon the heathens in a matter of months? If we did that, if we just woke up, even if 30% of us did that, just leave the heathen women alone. We're going to leave the men, we're going to leave the heathen women alone. We're not going to associate them. We're going to separate from them spiritually and mentally. You watch these heathens fall like flies if that ever happened. And why do you think that they're trying to survive through our seed? Because they know that their seed is dying out. So the only way that they can survive is through our seed. So they push these interracial commercials. They push these subliminal messages on these TV shows and what have you to push all these subliminal messages. But it's all a design. It's all a design to entrap us. And so, but they don't want us to know that we're a set apart people. They don't want us to believe that, because for you to say that we are a set apart people, that's racist. That's racist. And so, but the Most High said that. He said that we will be a set apart people. And Zion, I got to put out a plea to all my brothers and sisters that are listening to this video, this talk. It's time to start acting like a set apart people. It's time to start showing that, Zion, because the only way that we're going to make it out of here is through the Most High. There's no other way. We're not going to be able to do it ourselves. We don't have no military. We don't have a political structure. We don't have a financial power. We don't have any representatives to speak for us. So people can just kill us anytime they want. Anybody, even a homeless man can kill a black person and get away with it. I mean, that's just how bad it's getting right now. So, don't get discouraged. Use this as a as a learning tool. Use this as a warning, because the Most High has put it out there, and sometimes it's like, what else can we do? What else can we do? Where else can we go? Because we're at our last wits right now. And the only thing that we can do is, cling to the Most High. And that's why the Most High put us in this situation, so that we can depend upon him. But it's like it's getting worse and worse with a lot of our people. So, and that's why the Bible says that it's going to be a small remnant. It's going to be a small remnant that's going to come out of here. So, but we gotta use our heads down. We gotta really think what's going on. We gotta pay attention to what's going on around us. Everything's a trap. All this stuff you see, these heathens' methods, it's a trap. The media, politics, the religion, it's a trap. So I'm not going to talk any longer. I'm just out here just meditating, because I'm going to get back to meditating. I just wanted to do this while the wind wasn't blowing. So, but Zion, we got to pray for one another. We got to pray for one another. And because there's no other way for me to tell you. You're not going to be able to build a kingdom in the heathen's kingdom. This is not our kingdom. And a lot of our people are searching after money, trying to be rich and trying to gain fortunes. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that, but the thing is, you're going to have to compromise. You're going to have to compromise. You're going to have to sell your soul. Because even HAMASHIACH says that this was not our kingdom. So how can you build a kingdom? How can you build a nation in another man's kingdom? You can't do it, Zion. It's impossible, because you first have to destroy, that kingdom first has to be destroyed before we can build our nation. You're not going to have the heathen nation and the Most High's nations co-dwelling side by side. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. This nation has to be destroyed first in order for us to build our nation. And that's going to come through the destructive force of the Most High. So with that being said, Zion, I'm going to let you take a look at this a little bit. We'll do a little 360. The sun's a little bright, but it's nice out here. So Zion, I love you all. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. But let's keep working towards that goal. Let's keep putting our foot to that mark, putting our hands to the plow, and let's continue to do this work that the Most High has bestowed upon us. So I'll say Shabbat Shalom and stay strong.
Gotta thank Yahweh for being the chosen seed of Israel. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah and the faith of Mashiach. Whoa, yeah. I gotta thank Yahweh for being the chosen seed of Israel. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah and the faith of the Mashiach. Yo, yeah, whoa. I'm here to encourage you, brothers and sisters, trying to paint to you a better picture. Everything I say, I back it up with the scriptures to get you out the matrix. It's been over 400 years of life. You gotta open up your eyes, 'cause there's so many reasons we in captivity. You gotta flee from the heathens. There is hope in our future, even though they trying to do us sin. But we live to fight another day. Vengeance is Yah. We'll be praying for Yahweh. I gotta thank Yahweh for being the chosen seed of Israel. Here's the patience of the saints. Whoa. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah, and the faith of Mashiach. Whoa, 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 yeah, yeah. I gotta thank Yahweh for being the chosen seed of Israel. Here's the patient of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yah and the faith of the Mashiach. Oh, whoa, hey, hey, whoa, whoa. Do, do, da, da, da. Do, be, do, be, do, be, do, do, da, da. Do, be, do, 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 da, da.